I'm hearing people say they want latte. Unfortunately, I'm not your head boy. Thank you very much. Ebusiapeng, members of National Council of MOBA present, members of the National Executive Committee of MOBA present, our guest speaker and mentor of MOBA 2013, Professor Martinson. I see very Reverend George Afum also here, and chairman of SYG. He's been very supportive to MOBA 2013, especially at the SYG level. Engineer Owusu Sechere entry. Distinguished members of MOBA 2013 and our invited guests who are here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by requesting that we humbly rise to observe a moment of silence for members of our year group who have joined the Heavenly Choir. We are observing this moment of silence for our fallen brethren, Kojo Edu, who we all fondly called Rainmaker, William Scott, Jedediah Fum, Paris Kujo, Isaac Afo, Prince Derek Ewa. Let's observe a moment of silence. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Kindly resume your seats. Let me begin by saying that I would not be standing here before you this afternoon if it wasn't for Mfantsipim. We are all a product of our stories, and one of the stories that easily come to mind was when I entered Mfantsipim school and I had my own apprehension with speaking before people. And so because of that, I joined the Writers and Debaters Club, and I was a part of the team of debaters that were supposed to represent the school at a debate competition. And as many of you know, I joined the team as a writer and a researcher. But on one occasion in the staff room where we used to practice, the coach of the team, we used to call him Kapu, Mr. Evan Samankwa, who had a lot of impact on a lot of us here, called me to deliver in front of my seniors. And I would say, unfortunately for me, the head boy at the time walked into the staff room to encourage us to do a good job. And many of you know that at the time, our head boy, Kojo Kwe, had a massive impact on everybody. There were people who would shiver at the sight of Kojo Kwe. And immediately, I had been called to the lectern to speak. Kojo Kwe walks into the room. And even the teacher, the coach, is mesmerized by Kojo Kwe's presence. How much, a student like myself. I stood behind the podium, and I froze for 2 straight minutes. The only words I could mutter were, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman. At some point, I wanted to say, head boy, would you please excuse us? And while this was going on, I was standing behind the lectern, and I was pondering over my life choices, whether or not I had made the right choice for myself being in that room at that particular time. I dare say that today, of all days, I stand behind this podium and lectern, also pondering over my life choices. The choice to go to Mfantsipim School, to become a part of this very important fraternity in itself. And I'm very happy about the impact that was made by teachers and even seniors. Because what I consistently say is, it's not just the academic support that we're given in Mfantsipim, but the community. Seniors who have joined us today, seniors in Mfantsipim School. And for me, people who had impact on me, like Dr. Erika Jimfra, who was a personal mentor to me as a person, Kwame Boachi Texan, and a host of other people, Henry Asante, who have contributed to who I am as a person and also as a public speaker. Like I said, we are all a product of our stories, and Mfantsipim has made all of us better in one way or the other. As a matter of fact, if you take the chance to look through the book we've just been given, Mfantsipim and the Making of Ghana, authored by Professor Edu Boahin, you will notice that whether or not you attended Mfantsipim School, Mfantsipim has had a major impact on your life. And I'm sure this can go more directly to our colleagues who went to Prempeh College, who still do not want to recognize the fact that we give them a lot of the mentorship that they need. And that's why today's inauguration is quite an important one. It's a very important occasion because it's a time to reflect on very important things. First of all, it's a time to celebrate the goodness of the Lord for the 10 years he's looked after us ever since we walked out of the hallowed grounds called Mfantsipim. Also, it is a time to celebrate what God has done for us as a year group. We've come a very long way. We've made impact individually and even as a year group. And also to celebrate what Mfantsipim actually is, the doctrine of Joinshwekanism and the very facilities that were afforded us there in Mfantsipim and what it has helped us become. We're also celebrating the priceless opportunity to become a part of the most important old school association in this country. There was no other association that gave momentous and important support towards COVID. It was only the Mfantsipim Old Boys Association, giving a substantial support to the country during the COVID period. It is a priceless opportunity to become a part of MOBA. As a year group, we are fired up and ready to go. This year group carries a fire in its belly, a potential in this year group, which is limitless and boundless. The uniqueness of this year group is in the fact that while there are quite a number of associations or year groups in this association who have two streams, we have the largest, and we do our best to stay united. Whether you are in Form 3 or Form 4, this is a family of equals, and we do our best to keep it like that. In this room, thank you. In this room, while we may not have everybody here, we're representing the over 1,200 members that we have. We're the only year group that's got that kind of number. And this provides us a boundless opportunity to do more, to contribute to the gains that have already been attained by our seniors, and to do far more to help the school that we love, the school that made an impact on us, the school that has given us these beautiful stories and made us who we are, like I said. Let me wrap up by expressing my personal sincerest gratitude, and that of on behalf of the year group, to MOBA as an entity. The support and the mentorship we've received from leaders in this institution is mind-boggling. And I want us to give a round of applause to MOBA as an institution. Next, I'd want to express gratitude to the National Executive Committee of MOBA. They've also been very supportive. We've had a very good friendship with Ebusia Pinyin. He's been our father and also a good friend to all of us. A round of applause to the National Executive Committee of MOBA. And then also to SYG 2023, the sponsoring year groups 2023, MOBA 73, 83, 93, 2003. They've been very, very supportive. We've kept very good contact with presidents and executives of these senior year groups, and they've been very supportive towards things that matter to us. And just like you heard said, this is the first time we are having an inauguration here at Accra Church. And if you're very familiar with the history of this country and the Methodist Church, you know this institution is no mean place to find ourselves. I want to say a very big thank you to Reverend Ankama Asamoah and the whole establishment at the Accra Church for allowing us to come in here to have our inauguration. And to every single person who has contributed to making this inauguration a success and also to make it possible, our appreciation goes to you. I'll end with a quote from the very revered Reverend R.A. Lockhart. He said, "In a few years, the people of this country will be amazed at the number of its influential citizens who owe allegiance to the school." It's not going to be a few years. It's already now. The number of people and the kind of people we are seeing here in MOBA 2013 is very impressive, and we're very happy to have you here. As it is said in Latin, nil satis nisi optimum. It means nothing but the best is good enough. It's in line with the motto of the WDC that says, the nicest tone of mediocrity is cacophony, and anything but the best is a felony. I want to thank you all for coming, and we're very excited to have you. And we can promise you that this year group will be moving from strength to strength. Thank you very much, everybody.